Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Asylum. Now in the last video, it ended with me looking for a cassette player to play my cassette. I started thinking, this is an insane asylum. They probably only have those in certain places, if anywhere at all. And so I started checking the offices, and in here, where you get the cassette, turns out there's a drawer right here. It's a little difficult to see, but you can see the handles. And boom. Cassette and whatever this is. These look like self-inflicted scars. Alright. Any other no? Okay. Dr. Anne possibly meant she may have used it to record her thoughts on sessions. Right. Right, wrong one. Scroll wheel? Nice, nice. Okay, how do I turn this on? Tone? Oh, it just, okay.
Earlier this morning I used foul language in reprimanding a clumsy nurse who forgot to lock the door to the female wing. Truly offensive, dirty words. I don't recall ever doing that before. I've clearly been under a lot of stress lately. My worst fear is becoming another Alice, so I need to remain level-headed and focused. It's this place. There's a general feeling of unease in the Institute, and those unsettling rumors don't help. But the main reason for my jumpy state has to be the baffling regression in Group E. It's disconcerting and worrying. I'm giving Alice too many reasons to use shock treatment on these patients and take all of us decades back in time. Alice Hawthorne, the backwards time traveler, that fucking bastard. Huh, there you go. I did it again. Of all the cases, Rebecca is obviously the most puzzling one. She's having nightmares about her attackers again. After a month of not uttering a word about the incident. And she's also becoming increasingly violent. I fear she will seriously harm herself. Yesterday, Alice found her viciously scratching her stomach. So much she left flesh wounds. She should be giving birth sometime in July. That's 3 weeks from now. Certainly this fact could be the explanation for her regression, if it wasn't for the rest of them.
Okay, well. That's all fine and dandy, but how does this help us progress? Oh, never mind. Maybe we'll meet someone new or have a different conversation.
Julia, it's Bruno. Our adorable high-risk patient has escaped again. No idea how he does that. Please call someone. I need assistance immediately. I'm outside the cafeteria.
Okay, that's it's down the hall, right? Down here? Library cafeteria.
Hold on.
Hey. What's up, man?
Who the hell are you?
I'm just looking around.
You what? Does this look like a shopping mall to you?
I spoke with Julia and she gave me permission. You don't need to worry about me.
This place. It's unbelievable. Am I the only one taking my job seriously?
Well,
Look, it doesn't matter. I have enough on my plate with this patient on the loose. Just be on your way.
Patient on the loose?
Yeah, I managed to lock him inside the cafeteria. See for yourself.
Okay. He seems to be doing okay. He's all smiles.
I see what you mean. That guy seems dangerous.
Dangerous? He's a flaming demon. He's tearing down the whole place. At this rate, there won't be a cafeteria in the morning.
You do seem busy, but can I ask some questions anyway?
Sure, whatever. The name's Bruno.
I mean, to be fair, he doesn't really seem too busy. He's just waiting for help.
I'd like to tell you why I'm here. You see...
Let me stop you right there. Not my problem. If Julia said it was okay for you to be here, then it's fine.
All right.
You're not even curious?
Do I look like the kind of person who pursues answers, knowledge, meaning?
What?
Exactly.
Okay.
I understand patients are being relocated.
That's the plan, yes.
Relocated from where?
Man, I don't know. Places. Other institutes that are too crowded. The world is a madhouse these days. What do you expect?
Do you at least know if they are old or new patients?
I don't, and that's not information I could openly share anyway. Tonight, there are very few patients admitted. Tomorrow, they're bringing more.
Are you familiar with the Kirkbride plan?
Kirk what? Sounds like something I don't care about.
It's the architecture of the building we're in.
Oh, right. I remember hearing that term during meetings to coordinate the reopening. An old and impractical type of construction.
But there were plans to change that, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know the whole story. But for sure, the idea is to continue that work, beginning tomorrow.
Does the term Group E ring a bell, Bruno?
Nah. Is that a therapy group?
I believe so, yes. I'm trying to find more information about it.
The archived documents in this place are a complete mess, so good luck with that.
But why is that? Why is everything here in such a state of disarray?
I don't know much about it, except that it was well before my time here. That's past history now.
So, a madman on the loose.
Yes, we're having a bit of trouble with this especially rowdy patient. It's the second time today that he's escaped. In my defense, the high-risk section needs a lot of maintenance. Low risk is in somewhat better shape, sans the atmosphere of impending doom. But high risk needs some intensive work, pronto.
That doesn't inspire much confidence, though.
Welcome to my world. Be thankful there's only one high-risk patient admitted at the moment.
Yikes. You mentioned something about past history with the Institute.
Ugh, ugly business. I don't like gossip, especially when my job is involved. This is all I know. It was mostly a conflict between the staff and directors.
Conflict? Over what?
Disagreements about the handling of patients. Apparently there were oversights. Quite a few of them. I don't know much more other than what the newspapers said. You know, the rumors.
You know, I was acquainted with this place in the past. A number of years ago,
Wait, why are you telling me this?
Well, I assumed that since you're a security guard, you'd want to...
Hold on. We all have responsibilities here. I take care of patients who misbehave. Julia decides who gets in. That's it.
But...
Anything else is above my paycheck.
Do you know where the therapy room is?
Yes. It's on the other side of this floor.
Great. And how can I get there?
You can't with Samson back here trashing the whole cafeteria. It's the only way to reach the back corridor of this floor.
You mean the cafeteria is the only way to the therapy room?
Yeah. Well, the library also connects both sides of the building, but the last time I checked, it was locked.
Like I said, I met Julia at the entrance. She seems to be a really nice person.
She's cool, but that's also her weakness. Sometimes she can be too nice.
What do you mean?
For example, as a receptionist, she let in a complete stranger who talks too much.
I get it. Do you know this Dr. Miller?
Yeah, I've seen him around, but he's a reserved fellow. Haven't spoken much with him. He's the one calling the shots now.
What do you mean, calling the shots?
Dude, are you a bit slow? He's going to be in charge when this place officially reopens. And I hear he's also secured the money to make all this happen.
Wow. Does the name Ebersbaker ring a bell?
I remember seeing an office with that name, but that's all I know. Why are you asking? Are you related to her?
I'm not sure. I think I knew her, yes. There's a period of my life I can't quite remember.
Are you feeling okay? I have a couple of empty cells if you need to lie down and rest.
Yes.
You positive?
I'm absolutely. No need for that. Tell me about you, Bruno.
I'm just what you see. Nothing more.
I see a troubled man in front of me with an attitude problem.
Ha ha, so funny. Let me know how you feel after you spend a few more hours in this place.
Yeah, I was gonna say his attitude doesn't really seem to be an issue.
So you really don't know anything else about it?
All I know is that you're getting on my nerves.
Like, he seems like a normal guy.
All right. I'll be going.
Hey, wait. You seem like a decent sport. Or at least a harmless one. I have a favor to ask of you.
Sure.
Can you go fetch my baton? I left it in my office when I went running to pursue our friend the Tasmanian Devil here.
Okay, I guess. Where is that?
You need to go all the way through the infirmary, then down the stairway. My office is in a lower corridor they used to call the Tunnel of the Damned.
Good grief.
Nah, the name is more intimidating than it sounds. Just please go, ASAP. I need that baton to deal with the ongoing crisis.
Sounds good. I'll be on my way.
Okay, so we gotta get the baton. Where's, let me go look at the map. Okay, so infirmary is down here. And is it somewhere over here? Is that where I need to go? No, there's infirmary down here as well. Oh shit, which infirmary did he say? Okay. Right. Okay, that does not help me remember what he said. Tunnel of the Damned. Huh? Where the fuck is that? Said I had to go past the infirmary, but did he not specify which one? Huh. Well, I'm over here. Let Julia. Several scribbled notes were scattered on the desk. Seemed like Julia had a lot of paperwork to do. Registered visitors? Okay. Is this like people who backed the game or something? Because I find it hard to believe there's an actual person named Troll Boy coming in here. I don't know if that's, relevant to my cause at the moment. It was a good idea to keep that coat nearby, considering the biting cold. Right. Just like the rest of the Institute, the phone, albeit stylish, was old and dusty. Alright, well, Julia's gone, so my idea is out the window. She probably went to get help. Alright, so, out of curiosity, did he come from one of these areas? One of these infirmaries? Okay, now it's open. Alright. Even when it was clean and orderly so many years ago, the infirmary had never been a cozy place, and malfunctioning fluorescent lights hurt my eyes as I made my way. Let's look at this first. Could be Group E. That looks like the pregnant woman. The photo depicted a group of patients talking amongst themselves. A therapy session? Is that the guy who decided to sit in for these sessions? Classic symphonies. The radiators weren't working, and it showed. The infirmary felt like an Arctic. Most windows in the area with patients had some manner of protection. Still, sometimes a crazed patient would tear the grills apart and mash their heads against the glass. Cool. You could put the best mattress you could find on those iron beds, and they still wouldn't be comfortable. Looks like some kind of organ. I had no idea which one. How I wish the radiators were turned on, but I'd lost hope by then. Okay, we got some records. I don't know how to stop that, so I'm just gonna leave. The block stairway likely led to a basement and second floor. Apparently, some patients had already been transferred, even before the reopening. Looks like a lot of red in there. Is that guy safe? This particular cell was quieter than the others. Man, the paint. I tried opening the cell to no avail. Why? Why would we do that? Is that a teddy bear? I guess someone didn't like his teddy bear. Wonder how many diseases could be found in that toilet. Probably all of them. That guy naked? Let's write this down. Okay, we got records and a letter opener. We can Shaun of the Dead it and just start tossing the records at him. Sure, he's okay. He's just a little sad guy. The condition of these patients was heartbreaking. Yeah, this ain't good. The cell was locked, which I guess was a good thing. Okay, well, what about that one? Where'd this guy come from? That's locked, and there's someone in there. How'd this guy get out? Locked tight. These people are not okay. These people are not good. How do I get down there? There we go. These people are working here right now? Upon entering this corridor, I could see what had been nicknamed Tunnel of the Damned. I didn't recall ever being down there, and I was thankful for that. It is incredibly dark. I assumed a set of keys would be useful and grabbed them on an impulse. Yeah, see shiny, I grab. What can I say? Wouldn't open, but there was probably nothing much of interest inside. I wondered what the story was beyond that quaint music box. I gotta sneeze! It's over here. We got a journal. My God. October 14th, noon. Music again. That blasted tune echoing in the corridor gets on my nerves. As if all the bizarre noises in this horrible place weren't enough. But it's the only way to keep him calm. I'll take the creepy children's nursery music over his maniacal pounding any day. Good thing I brought my own food. They said provisions would be available for us during this phase, but I swear they're trying to poison us. I picked one of the abominations in those jars from the museum over that canned stuff they sent us. Or maybe not. I'm bored. I don't know who's supervising this construction work, but there's no way the place will be in safe condition to bring in more patients anytime soon. Certainly not tonight, if you ask me. And no one will. Ha, I'm a nobody. This whole thing is way too rushed. You don't need to bring in a dangerous psychopath to test the security of the facilities. Just being here for 5 minutes will tell you all you need to know. I'm beginning to regret signing up for this. There's a foul stench coming from that massive metal door at the end of the corridor. I think it leads to the storage room, in the basement. I can only imagine the source of that smell. Can't seem to open the door though. It won't budge. I think it's mechanical. The electrical sound behind it doesn't inspire confidence either. Evening, somewhat. That's it. I'm taking that cursed musical box away. Can't stand it anymore. I don't care how much he enjoys music. Eventually he'll bang his own brains into oblivion. Gonna be organized for whatever it's worth. And note accurate times for my next entries. 6 p.m. The lighting in this godforsaken place is failing, giving me a headache with all the constant flickering. It's worse than the horrible smell at the end of the corridor, but at least the smell doesn't hurt. Hope the construction workers arrive on time. 7 p.m. Stupid me. Couldn't help myself and tried opening that door. Zap. Electric shock. Way to go, genius. Trust my instinct next time. With all this stinking humidity down here, I can only assume the moisture has caused a wiring malfunction. One thing's for sure. I'm not getting anywhere beyond this corridor. 8 p.m. 2 keys seem to be missing. One is for the locked office of a certain Hawthorne. The other is for the office of the previous director of the Institute, Hanwell himself. That Dr. Miller guy asked me about those keys again. Sure, Your Highness, Dr. Miller. Let me spend the whole night searching for those keys for you. I'm not your damn assistant. Although, that patient roaming the building, Leo, is it? There's something odd about him. I don't trust that guy. Should have a word with him when I get the chance. It's a lot. Baton. Drawer seemed like it was about to fall apart with all the paperwork on it. Do you think these are here for a reason? Do I need to like press that if shit goes down? It's kind of fucking terrifying. Should I keep going? Further thought, it was relief that at least something in this place actually worked properly, and the cells were locked. Not this one. Odd scribblings adorn the walls. Wonder how on earth he could draw any of that. Well, that looks like hell, no God. Help. Alright. I don't think I'm gonna get past that door right now. This setting is very unnerving. After that naked man appeared in the bathroom, I feel like that could happen anywhere now. So much has changed in this game since... No? Oh. I thought it disappeared after I clicked it. I was like, is there something I need to see? Hey man, I got your stick.
Well, you brought my baton. Someone who's actually helpful in this godforsaken chunk of concrete.
Don't mention it. It was easy to find with your directions. About these keys.
Hold on. What the hell are you doing with that?
I thought...
Give that back right now.
Fuck.
Do you like classical music, Bruno?
I don't like music. Period.
Okay. Well?
So, what are you gonna do about that madman? You have the baton now.
I'm not going in there yet. I'll wait until he's calmed down a bit.
How can you calm down someone like him?
He will calm down. Eventually, I guess.
I'm done for now. Bye.
Damn. I could use those keys. Why'd I have to bring it up, man? Oh well. Okay, where was the, was it in here? Classic symphonies, relaxing classical. No, this wasn't how turntables worked. I had to move the arm first. Relaxing guitar music. All right.
Hey, Bruno.
I don't know what else to talk to him about.
You don't have the keys to the library?
No.
What kind of security guard are you?
Hey, back off. This place is a mess. It's a miracle they have any security.
So you really don't know anything else about it?
All I know is that you're getting on my nerves.
There were records lying around in the infirmary. Do you recognize them?
No, there's random junk scattered everywhere. They need to clean up this damn place.
About this.
Stop pestering me, will you?
See you later,
Fair
Bruno.
enough. Fair enough. Alright. Let me walk all the way down here and see if anything has changed. I doubt it will have changed. Locked from the other side, okay. Go back over there. Yeah, but what do we do about this guy? Something tells me he does not appreciate the music. Let me see if I can find like a children's classical songs. 'Cause that's what the journal said. He likes that creepy children's music. What it did last time? It just kind of like, I don't know if it's loading or what. Okay, it's very dark in here, so what else we got? Bruno's cabinet was tightly shut. Right. There were some random notes hanging on the corkboard. Old, forgotten memories. And not readable anyway. Bruno's desk was quite a mess. Okay. Bruno's office felt just like any other cell, the difference being, of course, that he could leave whenever he pleased. Oh. I don't know where that record could be. I mean, it could be anywhere. It's over here. Old equipment scattered around, damaged, and without any apparent use. You think maybe recorder? Because that was a recorder, right? I don't know. Showers were covered with icky mold and grime. Didn't seem to be any water. Wherever unspeakable fluid ran through the pipes in this place. Classical symphonies. Classical gold. I don't know what the difference is between that. Can always start going upstairs. Let's put something else on. Maybe that was a flute that was in his cell? Okay, I think that worked. It's not even a creepy kid's melody, that's just a flute. Okay. That was a pretty cool puzzle. $10 p.m. We got to 10 p.m. a lot quicker than we got to 9 p.m., that's for sure. Remember how busy this place was back in the day? Patients gobbling their stew or rubbing it on their face. I could almost hear the sound of dishes clanking. I figured there was nothing of interest beneath that blanket, and I didn't want to touch it anyway. Well, I'm very curious what's beneath that blanket. The speaker was in decent condition. The remains of an old, undefiable meal. Damn, it's like they didn't even try to clean this place up. Alright. Hanwell Mental Institute. 2. Adhering to the Kirkbride Principle. For most of its existence, the Hanwell Mental Institute adhered to the Kirkbride Plan, with 2 long wings extending to the west and east for male and female patients respectively. The Kirkbride Plan was a building as cure model for mental hospitals, focusing on healing mental illness through layout design and a strategic staffing hierarchy. Similar institutes built using this plan exhibited varied architectural styles, but the majority adopted the familiar bat wing arrangement. This consisted of sections of rooms branching off from a central structure, allowing each area in the building to benefit from the exposure to natural light and proper air circulation. Before the Kirkbride Plan, the mental ill were kept in regular houses or prisons without appropriate facilities, or were concealed in public buildings. Thomas Story Kirkbride, the psychiatrist who designed the Kirkbride Plan, believed the layout of mental hospital buildings was of prime relevance to patient treatment. Various patient distribution criteria were applied within each establishment, such as the separation of high-risk patients from lower-risk ones. Kirkbride emphasized to psychiatric professionals the importance of keeping patients busy with tasks, since it benefited their mental health and it also helped with maintenance of the grand buildings. I mean, seems like a normal thing, I guess. So, like, this was like one of the first styles of psychiatric hospitals. I really don't know what they look like now, but I mean, I don't think this is a bad design. Push it. Nice. Alright, we got a map on the ground. The metal fence was too heavy to push. Is there a way to up the brightness just a smidge? That one. Maybe. I think so. Okay, so we should be right here. We're gonna have access to this. There's just so much of this. We've only done like, I guess that. Well, that. I feel like we haven't really done too much. I'm just gonna also spam spacebar a bit, just so I don't miss anything important. fuck?
Oh,
Hey. What's up?
hi. My name is Lenny.
Hello, Lenny. I didn't expect to find someone like you walking around.
Oh, but you don't have to worry about me. I behave well. They allow me to walk alone and help.
Well, that's a relief then. I'm pleased to meet you, Lenny.
Now it's my turn to clean this corridor. Why are you here?
It's difficult to explain, Lenny. Some time ago, I was like you. I was being treated in this institute. But something happened. A terrible circumstance that I can't remember, and the truth is, I'm not feeling well, and I don't want to be treated again.
Yes, I know. It happened to me too.
What? You too? But then...
I was here at that time when something happened.
Lenny, we need to talk more.
Alright. Lenny,
Lenny,
let me lay it on you.
I'm having nightmares about my stay in the Institute. I think something terrible happened to us inside this place.
I am happy to help you, but I don't want to remember. They're sad memories.
But still, it's important we understand what happened to us. Can't you?
Please, no. Stop.
Sure, Lenny. I'm sorry. Lenny, I'm looking for the therapy room.
Yes, it's down the corridor.
Oh, then if you would just let me...
No, you can't go.
What do you mean?
I'm cleaning the corridor.
Okay, I'll just step right here, carefully, and avoid...
No, no, you'll ruin everything!
Fine. Please, don't scream. About me.
Are you feeling bad?
That's one way to put it. My memories feel like they're broken. I've been here, that's one certainty, but some grisly event left my mind crippled.
I feel the same. My memories of that time are fuzzy. I liked being here. This place always made me feel comfortable until the event.
What did they do to us, Lenny? The building is surprisingly deserted, isn't it?
It is. There aren't many like me, and I'm the only one who helps.
Do you know if there are more like you coming?
No. Sorry.
Does the word Kirkbride mean anything to you?
That word reminds me of something. Someone said that. Oh no.
What, Lenny?
It was down below when I heard that word.
I'm looking for details about a particular therapy group.
Therapy?
My suspicion is that patients who participated in a series of therapy sessions were somehow connected to the circumstances that led to the closure of the Institute. Does this sound familiar to you?
Therapy groups. Yes. I remember them. I had many friends back then.
You do remember?
I remember the sessions. We were all there. They called us Team E.
Hold on. Did you mean Group E?
Yes, that's it.
But wait, you were saying that you were in Group E during the sessions?
Yes. I remember the letter E very well when they called us. And, Dr. Anne.
This is extraordinary, Lenny. Now we need to understand who else belonged in Group E. Down below? What do you mean?
Yes. We were all happy until they took us to the floor beneath.
I assume you mean the basement. What happened there?
I don't want to talk about it. I want to forget. No more pain.
Please, Lenny. I really need to know what happened. It will help both of us.
That's where it all started. Down below. You should go and see for yourself.
So, did the previous director use a lot of, less than kind means of therapy on Group E? Like, did they essentially torture Group E to make them better? And perhaps did the director abuse women in a different way than he abused the men? Using abuse there in place of other words, you know? So I don't know.
About the patients in Group E, you said you were there.
Yes, there were a few of us. Dr. Ann spoke often and encouraged everyone to speak too. At first it was nice. We enjoyed sitting next to each other. I think I remember you.
What?
It was a happy time, but then came the pain.
Pain? What are you talking about, Lenny?
I'm not sure, but it all started down below. I don't want to think about it.
What are your thoughts on Julia?
Who's Julia?
The girl in the foyer, the receptionist.
Oh, yes. I saw her a few times, but we don't speak much. I'm too busy cleaning.
Have you met Dr. Miller?
Yes, briefly. I don't like him.
Why is that, Lenny?
He's hiding something. Be careful with him.
Yeah, I think the previous director did some pretty awful things, and I'm curious if Dr. Miller is somehow related to him, or maybe he was like a protege of the previous director, and he's like wanting to continue that kind of work. I don't know. I feel like we're denting what's going on, but we haven't really broken anything yet.
About Dr. Ebersbaker.
Ebbers?
Ann Ebersbaker.
Thank you, Lenny.
Oh,
We're on the
Dr.
same page.
Ann, yes.
Dr. Ann.
I remember when we gathered the chairs around her. It was nice speaking with her.
What were the therapy sessions about?
Well, let me see. We talked about our problems, how to keep a healthy mind, our fears too, and how to cope with them. Dr. Ann made me feel well.
There's something I want to mention, though. This place, if they were here before, like, I don't know how old. Lenny looks to be a bit older, you know? Maybe somewhere in his 50s. Could be a rough 40. I don't know. I don't know how old our character is. But if we were here before, this hospital looks like incredibly decrepit for... I don't know, how long would it take for a hospital to look like this, you know? If we were just both here. That's what's confusing me.
What do you think about Bruno?
Who is that?
I'm referring to the security guard.
Oh, that man. I didn't know his name. We saw each other a number of times, but we don't speak. I think he's mean.
Yes, he does seem to have a bit of an attitude.
I don't think so. He's a security guard at a not very well protected mental hospital.
So, what about you, Lenny? Do you roam the corridors all the time?
Oh, not quite. I'm assisting with the renovation of the building, cleaning as many areas as I can.
You seem to know your way around.
He's doing a shit
What can you
job.
tell me about the Institute?
I don't think he's
I
actually
don't know.
cleaning.
It's nice. I like it in here. Feels like home.
How long have you been here?
Oh, long time. Years, as far as I can recall. They took me away all of a sudden, but I kept asking about Hanwell, and one day they brought me back.
But don't you want to leave and go outside, see the world?
Not really. Maybe I did want to leave a long time ago, but I've forgotten why. There's nothing out there for me.
You want this letter opener, Lenny?
Lenny, look at this.
Look at this!
Ah, that looks sharp.
Yeah.
Please, put it back. I don't like that.
Okay.
Sorry. Lenny, I need to learn more. What's in the basement?
I don't like to remember that place, but something happened down there.
What am I supposed to do?
Just look in the rooms. You'll understand. And be careful.
Well, Lenny, it was nice talking to you. I'll be on my way.
Wait, you said you wanted to know what happened?
That's right. I came here looking for answers.
Oh, I don't like these memories, but it all started down below.
Down below?
Yes, I've been trying to forget, but if you want answers, you should go there.
Alright. Well, Lenny should probably put some shoes on. I think there's probably a lot of glass, maybe some nails. But looks like we're gonna be going down to the basement in the next episode. I feel like we didn't really get stuck too long in this one, only just for a few minutes, to be honest. I feel like most of this episode was dialogue between Lenny and Bruno. Like, I think it was a good time. I think we did good. On that note, I'm gonna make sure to save. Alright, and I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.